Hi, welcome to, I think this is the second, I can count to two now,
Yeah,
the second
second.
Anfield Wrap transfer show with me, Rob Gutmann, and him, Mo Stewart. We've got a packed show, Mo.
We have.
A lot to cram into our 7 or 8 minutes. I want to start by talking to you about, well, Liverpool's supposed centre-back crisis. Liverpool have currently got 3 centre-halves out, injured. Only Van Dijk's fit, but that's okay because he's the good one. Lovren's out for Brighton this weekend. Matip's not going to be back for another fortnight or so, and Joe Gomez not till next month. It feels, I mean, it is a bona fide crisis, but But these lads aren't going to be out forever. Is it reason enough, Mo, for us to rush back into the market?
It's a bit tantalising, isn't it? Because we're being told that hopefully Matip will be back after Brighton and then Gomez again by the beginning of February.
Yeah.
So in theory, there's only really 2 or 3 games we're going to have to make do amend with. But we're in a title race. We don't want to be making do and amending with anything. The problem is that I don't think that Jurgen Klopp sees anyone who he's going to be able to say this guy is going to be worth to my squad beyond February the 1st and into the next 2-3 seasons. And that's what's going to stop him potentially getting people. There's been talk of loans. That does seem a little bit desperate. It doesn't really sit with how I think about what Jurgen Klopp does in generally.
Not anymore, post Stephen Corker. The Stephen Corker debacle.
You know what? I just want to say on that matter, I genuinely feel sorry for the fact Stephen Corker has become a punchline. I think he was a better defender than that. He just was going through a bad time.
He was going through a bad time.
But you're right. The way that went out kind of sorted the earth, so to speak, from Klopp looking for loan deals in the future.
Yes, and it's a boring kind of transfer, a centre-half on loan, I think. Yeah. So let's move on to an exciting potential. Linked in the press, in Don Ballon. Where are Don Ballon? Are they Spanish?
Spain.
Spanish, yeah. Don Ballon claimed Liverpool are set to move for Colombian not whiz kid anymore, superstar James Rodriguez. Liverpool have been linked periodically with him, I think before even he goes to Bayern on loan. He's still a Real Madrid player. How old are you putting him at? 25s now?
I think he's 26 now.
26, which is sort of becoming the peak age.
Entering peak years.
Yeah, entering peak years. Liverpool do in the next 6 to 9 months need to be buying another top quality attacker. I think chances of it happening this window are remote. But do you think? I mean, he's not going to stay at Bayern forever. I don't think he's particularly happy there. He's not going to stay at Real. Where's he going to end up?
There is so much up in the air with this kid, and you can see why there are so many clubs interested, because he is a talent. He is a fantastic talent, and I think he would work very well in a club system, in our team in particular. But there are so many strands to this transfer, because he is on a 2-year loan at Bayern. They do have first refusal on him that I think is a price set around 44, 45 million pounds.
Is that all it is?
Yeah. But
first refusal, the player's got to want to go.
There's that.
Yeah.
And there's also the fact that they're going to want to commit that much of their budget to him.
Yeah.
They might be looking at other things, they might be looking in other positions. They don't know who else is within their squad is staying or going as yet.
Yes.
But the issue I have with that is that if they don't decide to, it then goes back to Real Madrid. And then you've got a whole other soap opera of problems of players who you don't know who's going and who's staying. Because Real Madrid have got 36 players currently on their books, 10 out on loan, 26 in the squad.
Yeah, it's a wage bill and a half.
And so many of them are wanting to play in the spaces that James Rodriguez plays in. I think about Kovacic, Dani Ceballos, Kroos, Modric, Isco, Asensio. And even if 4 of those leave, there's still another 3 of them there.
Yeah, it's quite the conveyor belt, isn't it, of lads who like to play between the lines.
Exactly. So anyone who wants to do a deal with him in January, they've got to deal with Real Madrid. But you're essentially also going to be dealing with Bayern Munich. And the idea that you can get some kind of parity between what they want, what the player wants, and what you want in the next however many days, just ain't going to happen.
No, I'm reading reports in Germany, cited in the Daily Mirror actually, claim Arsenal have supposedly bid for Rodriguez, but Liverpool haven't given up an attempt to land his signature. Oh, with the 27-year-old. 27?
See, you know how I know that's rubbish? Because it says Arsenal have agreed a fee of £63 million. Like, in what universe is Arsenal agreeing a £63 million fee with anybody?
They're a bit skint. In fact, breaking, I think, ish. Ramsey's agreed to join Juve for...
Yes, he has.
A couple of quid more than Emre Can. But it's mad. Ramsey and Emre Can, apart from Ronaldo, are going to be the best paid players at Juventus. Think about that for a minute, kids. Anyway, going back to Rodriguez. This Rumour, we've been rating them out of on a Mo scale.
Yes, the Mo scale.
1 being very little chance and 5 Mo's being a lot of chance. How many Mo's are you giving the James Rodriguez Rumours?
James Rodriguez gets a 1.
1 Mo.
And that 1 is based on the fact that I still think if it can happen, I would like it to happen. That's not really based on the fact that I think it will, because all of that mess I mentioned before.
Not for this January, but as a potential summer purchase for Liverpool, I'm going to go for 2 Mo's.
Okay.
There's a bit more.
It might have untangled a little bit by the summer.
Might have untangled a little bit by the summer. What's the next name I've got? Oh, here's a lad you're fond of. You and he go way back. You're a mentor, something of a mentor to him. Nicolo
Whoa.
I'm exaggerating, lying even at the moment. Nicolo Barella, kids. Liverpool and Inter Milan have both joined the race to sign the Chelsea target. The Express reports. Tell me a little bit about Nicolo Barella.
Well, he's being compared in Italy a lot to Andrea Pirlo. And the fact, yes, and the fact that that's happening a lot by a lot of different people, including the man himself, tells you exactly what kind of a player he is. He's very intelligent with his usage of the ball. He's another one who's got fantastic passing range. He can dribble as well.
Only 21.
He's only 21. He has a maturity beyond his years. That's another thing that a lot of people seem to say about him. And he's adaptable within the midfield setup. Again, these are all things that we know that Klopp values, and I do believe that he's in for him. The problem again is when you've got a player who's doing that well, we're not the only ones who are in for him. There's a whole host of teams.
Italy is in for him, basically.
Yeah, the whole of Italy. They're all kind of like gilding up all of their assets to try and hopefully price him away. I mean, Inter Milan are talking about doing a swap deal with Eder, who's, I mean, he's not that great of a striker, to be honest, but for a team like Cagliari, he'll probably score some goals. But it's going to be one of those situations. The Italian clubs are going to be thinking, well, we want to keep him in this country. Potentially, he'll want to stay in this country, so let's try and make a deal.
Traditionally, it was hard to prize players out of Italy, the best. But we've seen Jorginho move recently. We've seen Salah move, and he's not Italian, but we've seen him move from that league. He's obviously ridiculously successful. Sarri's moved. I wonder if there's a momentum towards the Premier League from Italy at the moment. We'll see. I know Liverpool were interested in the summer, Barella. Anyway, let's give some Mo rating action to this. How many Mo's on Barella? By January or the summer, that's broad.
Okay, either January or summer? Okay, I'll stretch it to a 3.
3 Mo's. It feels unlikely to me. I'm going to go just the 1 Mo this time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we're poles apart today. Let's see if we can bring it together with the next one. Fuck. I was going to say fucking hell, so I'll say fucking hell. I'm allowed to. Who's going to stop me? No one's. No one in the room. It's just me, you and Sam. Callum Hudson-Odoi, I've written down. Liverpool haven't been linked with him in any way, shape or form, but I'm linking us with him because he's good and he's available-ish, unless Chelsea fork out a king's ransom. He's got 18 months on his contract. Bayern have supposedly put substantial 35 million bids touted this January. Chelsea have got to decide whether they want to really stump up or not. The kid's head seems to have been turned. He seems to want away. To me, he looks like a Klopp front 3 player all day long. You'd have him.
Oh, yes. I think in terms of his ability to adapt into what we do, again, I think he'd be really good. Whether or not Chelsea really want him and are really willing to do what it takes to keep him, that's the acid test. We don't know yet because we still don't know whether they really believe they're going to be able to keep Eden Hazard for starters. We don't know whether they're going to be able to bring in someone like Kovacic for starters. We don't know exactly where their priorities are. And before we can make any kind of a move, that's what needs to happen. But thankfully, Bayern Munich are going to test all that out for us.
Given that I said there's been no links to Liverpool whatsoever, how many Mo's are you going to give this room?
I'll be kind to you, Rob, and say 2. I think that he's the kind of guy who we should be in for, but...
Even I was thinking 1 would be a push.
I mean, the path between Chelsea and Liverpool is well worn, as we know. I mean, we've got Solanke, we've got Sturridge, we've got Brewster. I'm sure there's a couple of others that I'm forgetting about. So we know that they can do deals with us, particularly for some young players. This guy, though, he might end up being the test case. I think he might be the guy that Chelsea finally keep hold of.
I'm going to finish on one just popped up on my transfer iPad from our partners at Football Flash, who are saying that Hull are interested in getting Ben Woodburn on loan. Our Ben, he had the world at his feet. It's tailed off for him. Not a good loan at Sheffield. No. Hull supposedly want him. Where do you see what next for Ben?
I mean, Hull might be a decent fit, to be honest. Obviously, we know that Harry Wilson did a really good job when he went there, and they really took to him. So there's kind of like a... He'll probably get a nice, good welcome from the fans, and he'll probably get cuts a bit of slack on that score. He's also got Kev Stewart playing there, someone who he knows from his previous time at Liverpool.
Yeah.
So, and they're a team on the up as well. They recently beat Leeds United. They were quite low in the table and they've gone on a nice, good run. So they're a team on the up with a lot of confidence, although that might mean he's not necessarily going to play the amount of minutes that we want.
I would hope they'd have to guarantee him.
I mean, but that might be the flip side.
Okay, let's finish because I'm running out of time here. Ben Woodburn to Hull, Mo ratings, come on.
I'm going to say, because I think that Blackburn is probably a more likely bet, I'm going to say just 3.
I'm going to go for 4 Mo's. And that's enough for today. God knows when we're back, but it won't be too long. I hope you've enjoyed it. See you soon.